G'day, I'm Kevin. I've retired from work here in Australia
and am living the dream in Thailand. Travelling, relaxing, exploring and learning. Based here in Chiang Mai, the adventure continues. This is 52 weeks. Well, in case you're in any doubt, I am in Luang Prabang, and I'm happy to report that I've started as I intend to continue. I had a nice leisurely breakfast and then went for a short walk through town, and now I'm ensconced by the river with a nice chocolate. The place I was going to go to was shut down for renovations, but I found this nice little spot, and I just plan to relax here for quite a while. I've been to Luang Prabang before, and if you want to see that trip, the link will be up here, I think. Maybe here, but probably there. Yeah, last time I came here, I came from that direction along the river on a 2-day cruise down the river, which was very pleasant and relaxing. And this time I've come from the other direction, from Pt1 on the high-speed train. But yeah, so I just plan to kick back here and relax, do a bit of wandering, do a bit of eating, a bit of lounging. So I'll take you along with me. Not sure what it's going to look like. We'll see. I am staying at the Three Nagas Hotel, which is a boutique hotel on the main road through the tourist area of the city. Just down this road is where they set up the night market, about 300 meters or so, and the morning market's up that way as well. The hotel is actually situated on two sides. That side where they're doing renovations, so none of the rooms on that side are available. It looks like they've moved the reception across as well now, and then on this side they've got the restaurant and wine bar and more accommodation, which is where I'm staying on this side. I have lucked out, not just with the location, but the hotel itself is very nice. Just out the front of my room is a nice garden area, and across the road, which is the behind the back of the hotel, is the Kang River, and my room is just up here. I have a pleasant little sitting area outside, and that's my room here. It is the first time in a long time that I've actually had a key to a room rather than a card. So that's a novelty. Now the room itself is once again very nice. Very comfortable, plenty of room, have a couch, lots of room for stuff, very comfortable bed that you sink into, plenty of space for clothes and the like. The bathroom contains a bath and a shower, and the toilet, of course. So all in all, it is a very nice and very convenient place to stay. Luang Prabang is situated in the north of Laos. It's actually located on a small peninsula of land in between the Nam Khan River, which is to my left. Yes, left. And the Mekong, which is to my right. There are 3 roads that run along that peninsula. This one I'm walking on at the moment runs down the middle of it, and then there's one that runs along the banks of the Nam Khan, and one that runs along the banks of the Mekong. And there's plenty of pastry shops. Yeah, plenty of shops to look at, souvenir shops and tourist related things. This kind of peninsula area is the heart of the tourist area, and also the historical UNESCO World Heritage Site listing. So there's lots of interesting things to wander around and have a look at. There's stacks of temples, of course, but all sorts of other things. Lots of interesting roads that join the 3 main roads along the peninsula, and little alleyways as well, like this one. Yeah, now the city itself does kind of spill out off the peninsula, and there's lots of other stuff around, and of course lots of stuff around the side of it as well, the outside of the city rather. So there's lots to do here. For me, it is very peaceful, very relaxing. I'm actually here not during peak season. I've never actually been here in peak season, so I don't know how peaceful and relaxing it is then. But it certainly has that atmosphere. They block the traffic off at this corner here every night, and this is where the night market starts, and then it runs back down the street that way towards my motel. Doesn't go all the way down there, but a fair way down. So let's have a look at what it looks like at night. Okay, the barriers are in place and the night market is in full swing. That's the food section where I've just had dinner. So having the barriers up doesn't mean that you won't get run over by a motorcycle, but it's less likely, and you certainly won't be run over by a car. Okay, so we've just been through the motorcycle parking area, and there's a sign that says no entry to motorbikes, but I don't believe it. We'll see. And I'd have to say I was here around about this time last year, and my memory is that it was much busier. But come to think of it, I was here a few weeks earlier, and just before a big riverboat race festival was happening, so there were probably lots of people in town for that. But even so, it wasn't flat out busy, but there were lots more people on the night market. So basically, if you want a souvenir, you're likely to find something here, I think. So that's the night market. Now let's just continue our walk, shall we? We are now crossing down one of the small side lanes down towards the Mekong River. It's the tourist you've got to watch out for. Yeah, so these lanes are really quite interesting. Lots of little guest houses and coffee shops and things down them, so they're well worth having a wander down. You might be able to see the Mekong just flowing in the distance, just down near the end of the road. But we'll go down and have a look. And there we have it, the Mekong River. Because the city kind of juts out into this peninsula of land, they take good advantage of the river. So for example, there's all sorts of coffee shops and restaurants up that way. You can see all the boats along the side of the river for various tours and trips, and there's a ferry that goes across as well. UNESCO Heritage listed, if I haven't mentioned that before. And of course, there's the river. Plenty of shade along the way. And a nice spot for a coffee or a smoothie. Had a smoothie here yesterday. Quite a pleasant view. Very relaxing. So you never go hungry or thirsty on a walk along here. It's actually really nice day and night. People like to gather down here for sunset, have a drink, have something to eat maybe, watch the sun go down. Yeah, it's a very, very nice place to be. I have made my way to the point where the Nam Khan joins the Mekong, just there. It's a viewing point down here, which is normally a little garden, but they're actually doing quite a bit of work at the moment, so next time I'm here it should be very pleasant. Not that it's unpleasant, it's just a lot of work's in front of me before you get to the river. But it should be a very pleasant garden when they're finished. But I'm just going to sit here for a little while and enjoy my Ovaltine milkshake. I was right. It was very pleasant sitting there under the trees, watching the river go by and enjoying a cool drink. Very nice indeed. Well, that was a moderately strenuous climb. 400 steps, they say. I'm on Pusey Mountain, or also called Pusey Hill. I think hill would be more accurate. Yeah, moderately strenuous, but well worth it. Some great views up here. And I've just been sitting around up here, enjoying the views, having a bit of a poke around the stupa and things like that. So, yeah, well worth doing, I think. Quite a nice way to spend an afternoon, although a morning might be better because it'll probably be cooler.
No words. So you checked out like oh, cool, thanks. And then I was just like, so they have like soap and
Okay, I'm down. I spent about 3 hours up there. A lot of it was waiting around for the sunset, which turned out not to be that fantastic because the clouds were not in a great spot and there were lots of people there. It was very noisy, very crowded. So I just saw the start of that and made my way down and discovered there's a whole stack of stuff to see on the way down on a different path. So if I were to do it again, I don't think I'd bother waiting for the sunset. I'd sit by the river in a bar drinking a beer and do it that way. But I would go up Pusey Mountain again. Yeah, really well worth doing. Great views. Getting out was easier than getting in because it was downhill. Yeah, it was just a really nice experience being up there. So I wouldn't do it every day of my life, but you know, every now and again I'd go up and I spent a lot of time just kind of looking at the scenery, sitting on one of the benches up there. So yeah, it was nice. Hi there, I'm just enjoying a cup of tea on the back balcony at my hotel. It's a nice comfy spot, and enjoying the garden. But I was transferring some videos to my computer last night and noticed that I had a lot of videos for my trip in Luang Prabang. So I think I possibly might end up separating my trip into 2 sections. So I'm filming this so that if I have to separate it, I have an ending for the first section. So if you're seeing it, you're at the end of the first episode of my trip to Luang Prabang, and the second one will come next week. So I will catch you then. Thanks for joining me on my travels. I really appreciate your company. Now, if you've made it all the way to the end of this video and are not subscribed, you might like to consider doing so by clicking here. Or, if you just want to see something else I've made, click here for something you might like. And if you're really looking for a binge, click here and that will take you to one of my playlists. Hope to see you again soon.